So, you wanna buy a MacBook Neo, huh? Well, you're gonna have a fun time. Essentially. But that's not in a bad way. I would say that's in a moderate way. I'll let you know. So hello everybody, I'm Zen, and today, because I noticed the release of a cheap Mac, and I've sat in Macs. I'm not like the very good Mac OS user that's used them for literal years, but essentially I had a Mac for around, well, 7.5 years, soon to be 8 probably. And I've sat there for a while, I've experimented a lot, I've kind of grown into this OS, and overall sort of the circle and the entire ecosystem of Apple itself. And I'll let you guys know what will be, I guess, the thing that you guys should be prepared for if you want to use actually a MacBook Neo, because most people who use a Neo probably either had a Mac only once or never used it in their life. And I feel like these are the people who watch this video are the ones that never had any Apple devices in their life. So this video is for you. So first of all, adapters. And I'm telling you, get a fucking adapter, please. And don't get ones like these, because not only do these break the ports, but they break themselves. So you lose twice, okay? But also, get yourself an adapter like this. Or if you don't really need insane amounts, you can just whatever. But this adapter would be the best for this type of laptop because it has HDMI and it has everything. I'm pretty sure this laptop does not have HDMI. At least I didn't check it. I'll put it on screen if there actually is any or not. But essentially, what I meant is get yourself an adapter because these are needed. People don't really talk about it. Like USB-C, it is a bit common, but people still use USB-A to this day. And there really isn't really gonna change anytime soon. There's also SD cards sometimes, there's also some other little things, maybe other USB ports as well, and overall just stuff like this. So get yourself an adapter because it really helps. Another thing that you guys should be prepared for is get ready because macOS might not support Intel apps soon. Because this is the reason I'm not personally updating to Tahoe, for example, because I just feel like most of my applications and also things will just not work, like VSTs, like third-party plugins for music, you know, like they won't work because of Tahoe. That was what I was scared from. So I would say, like, you don't have to be an insane musician to use these. I feel like people who actually like do the type of music I do and have the amount of files I do, like, just get a Pro. But I don't know, man. I just feel like if you do it as a hobby, you can still have a Neo. I'm pretty sure it will work. And it's probably fully capable because back then I made insane music. With this device right here. Yes, the 2017 MacBook, I think Pro 13-inch one, with just one fan and also 8 gigs of RAM and an Intel CPU. And if I could survive with this, people, you can make music with everything, okay? Not only that, but that laptop I've had it for a long time, even in 2025, and I still survived it. RAM is probably alright, but CPU-wise, is better than mine. And it also didn't have the butterfly keyboard because I lived through the hell of butterfly keyboard. So yeah, also another part is the 32-bit apps won't work because since Catalina, these did not work. So get prepared for some of your favorite 32-bit applications to maybe not work in this app unless you streamline it via Wine in some ways. But most people are not going to want to do that, let's be real. Either way, if you do this, you're also gonna need, you're gonna get prepared for the fact that once OS, because now 26.3 has Rosetta, which means all the Intel applications will work fine with the silicon. I'm not sure if MacBook Neo is a silicon. I'll just search up A series chip, so I'm guessing it is technically counting as Apple Silicon. I feel like it is. So I don't know, it's a very complicated way of working. I'm not sure if it's an Apple Silicon thing, but I'm pretty sure if it's one of those newest ones, they probably have that sort of thing where it's not like Intel, right? So, 26.3 and probably 4 now has a lot more accessibility due to the fact that Rosetta works, and it's not even that much of a performance hit when Rosetta is there. But eventually, Rosetta will get removed. And what does that mean? When version 27 comes out, you can't use Intel apps anymore. Unless you streamline via Wine. But let's be honest, no one really want to do that. I know I said the same thing, but I had to. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, so definitely prepare for application mismatches. Because, yeah, unless, as I said, you want to streamline it via Wine, but let's be honest, who wants to do that? Okay, I said that like 3 times. The bit's getting old. Anyway, and number 3, definitely prepare for port damage. The good thing about Neo is it won't get dust on its fans because it's a fanless one. This is a fanless PC. That means that dust won't really get into the components or anything else. Meanwhile, when you have the pros have fan holes and fan vents and whatever. And these places, well, obviously the PC will get more hotter once you run it on strain, especially if you have a dusty environment, if you have a kitty cat, or whatever you may be having, like me, you might be a little bit cooked when you do some intensive work, because if a cat is around, yeah, GG's. But either way, yeah, you're probably fine with the fanless thing. But like, as I said, there's no MagSafe in the Mac OS Neo, compared to the Pro versions. I'm pretty sure Air versions too, which also means that, there's going to be a problem with ports getting damaged. And eventually, after maybe 4 to 5 years, because that's how long it took me with my ports on my laptop, the previous one, so that's one. Anyway, so I guess that is all I have to say about that. I think definitely if you are working professionally, like doing some heavy work, like I feel like for music producers, Neo might not be the best thing. Like I mean like music producers who are in this community for like 7 to 8 years or 9 years, which at that point, like that's me. Like I've been there 9 years doing this, so I need a better version for the projects I'm doing, and also the ease of work. So yes, the amount of storage I filled up with my music stuff obviously will contribute, right? But if somebody works as a hobby, like if somebody does it as a hobby, let's say you're a hobbyist and you're doing it only for fun and only in the future you're gonna think about it, then a Neo is probably fine to make music on. I mean, I survived with that thing, so obviously, like, Neo will probably be even better than whatever I had on, ironically. So yeah, that's my belief here. Other than that, I guess that's all I have to say. I don't know. I didn't really test the Neo at all. I don't really know what it's about. I think sometimes the backlit keyboard might be an annoyance, but I feel like most of the time you're gonna see it. Like, for example, I have my laptop in front of me, and I'm in a kind of dimmed room, maybe with some LED lights or whatever, and when my backlight was off, I actually could see the letters and I can figure out the keys. I can see where they are and whatever. But yeah, you should probably be fine if you're not in the insanely dark environments, and that's about it. Yeah, the lock screen button is over there, which, I mean, I think that's also fine because you can lock the screen when you're going, for example, you're leaving, like, for example, you have your laptop open, you have to go somewhere for just 2 minutes or maybe 1 minute, go to the teacher, you just click it, go take whatever you had and unlock it. So that's how it works. Another thing is when you have external disks, external SSD, external storage, external HDDs, please, if you're only using it on your Apple device, then do the HFS or APFS format, right? If you're gonna use it for like on a teacher's PC, please just do exFAT, because exFAT, people say exFAT is not reliable, but if it's like a small pen drive or a small storage system for example, I don't know, for a presentation, and you have to get it through your laptop, just like, or if you don't want to bring your laptop but you can just bring this, then just please go ahead and switch the format to exFAT when you partition your disks. All right, that's all I have to say, because imagine the awkwardness where you plug in your HFS or the APFS disk to the Windows one, and then it doesn't even show up. Yeah, probably awkward as hell, ain't it? Yeah, so that's definitely I think what you gotta do. But yeah, I think that's about it. Definitely come prepared for the Neo, come prepared for its little challenges that I've personally encountered when I owned the 2-port fucking laptop, okay? So yeah, also I guess a typical thing, don't forget to start charging at 20% and stop at 80 to extend some of that battery life, unless you're going out somewhere for a long period of time where you won't charge it, and then you can just go 100, who cares. But anyway, yeah, I feel like that's some of the stuff that, you know, you might need. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video, and maybe it helped you. Maybe it helped you prepare for the Mac OS a little bit, or maybe helped you prepare for the Neo a little bit more. Anyway, I guess that's all from me, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.